was never supposed to be for this long. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Just so you guys know, this is probably the hardest video I've ever had to post on YouTube, and to be quite honest, I'm a little bit embarrassed and a little bit ashamed, but here we are. This is a part of myself that I was debating whether or not I should put it up on YouTube, but I wanted to be more open and more raw with you guys in certain parts of my life. I'm really grateful. We have now reached almost 260 subscribers on the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting my channel. You have no idea how much that means to me on the road to becoming a YouTuber, and especially since I don't really have a niche on this channel. You know, I know you guys tend to gear more towards niche channels, but I'm honestly still on this road of self-discovery, and I guess all of that stems from, you know, high school. I was the kid who really didn't know where or what I wanted to do with my life, and you know, I had to change careers while I was in college, and you know, I felt like talking about this because, again, I just wanted to be more open, and also for anybody out there that might be maybe in a similar situation, know that you aren't alone. I guess I should talk a little bit more about myself, but I come from a Hispanic family. I will forever be grateful to my mom and my dad. They are the most wonderful people ever. But I just want to let you guys know that I did actually graduate from college. I did get my bachelor's degree. I even went back to school. I got my master's degree. And not that all of those things define who I am, but it definitely shows my work ethic. I know my parents sacrificed a lot. And for a person who still has no idea what they really want in life, and you know, I'm 31, and you know, we would all think children, marriage, house, and all of that, but none of that quite happened the way that it was supposed to post college. So I guess I should start with that. I'm a media arts student. You know, I did really solid internships while I was a student. I was a hard worker, 4.0 GPA, you name it. I was so determined, and you know, to reach my way to the top. Before that, I was actually an architecture student. Had I finished my second semester, I would have had an associate's degree in architecture. It wasn't who I was, so I changed my major, and I know architecture is more stable than media, working in media is, but you know, I wanted to follow and learn more about film and more about video editing specifically, which is what really, you know, made me change my mind when I changed majors. So yeah, I graduated in 2012, so I was 22 years old at the time. And then 2 years later, I worked because I couldn't find a job in my field. So I'm sure some of you maybe relate to that. I worked retail, and as soon as I worked retail, I was like, no, I didn't go to school, you know, just to work retail. As soon as I got there, like my first day of my job, I was like, this is not the end for me. So after 5 months, hey guys, so I just wanted to clarify something. There is nothing wrong with taking a decent and, you know, honest job anywhere. I understand bills need to get paid, you know, things need to get done, and money is necessary in order to live in this world. Capitalism sucks. But I do believe that every day is a chance to improve, and every day is a chance to raise our awareness on how we can evolve and do better. So I just wanted to quickly clarify that there's nothing wrong with working retail, or there's nothing wrong with doing what you need to do to make your coin. Like, any hard work that you put in is totally valid. So I just wanted to clarify that. I just believe that if there is a chance to work on something, do something that you vibe with or aligns with you, and you want to go after something, then I do think that that should be something that should be made space for, and something that you should work towards. So I just wanted to clarify. I realized that I had to really like push myself a little bit more to try to get something a little bit more decent. And then I actually worked as a guest service person at a wax center. And I was there for a really long time until I actually got fired from my job not because I wasn't a good worker, but because I was actually taking on a lot at the time. I was doing my grad program in media arts. I wanted to learn more skills, in my field, and I also wanted to get an internship so I can see if I could get another foot in the door. So I was really determined to like change my life around. I feel like in my past life, I was probably a rebellious student that was just like, screw it all, and I came to this life to like be more disciplined and to like learn a lot about the world. That's what I always keep telling myself now that I feel like, I've been spiritually awakened and all these things, and yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I worked at a wax center for like 9 months, and the reason why I stuck in the job for so long was because it didn't wear me out as much as when I worked at a retail, or standing for 8 hours a day. So yeah, so I stuck there for a while because I needed money also to, do my master's program, and I was determined to finish it in 2 years, which within a year, which I did. I graduated, I started in 2014, graduated 2015. So I got my master's degree at that time, but then I was fired because I was also taking a lot of stuff. I was a administrative assistant for my school, at the learning center. I was also working the guest services at the wax center. I was a student, and I was doing an internship. So I was doing like 4 things. And I was like, I can't. After like maybe month 7, I was like already feeling very overwhelmed, with a lot. But I guess my boss kind of saw that, and she had no choice. I mean, I get why she did what she did, after reflecting on that for a little after. So no judgment there, but I did my best, and I graduated. I got my master's degree in 2015. So I didn't want to be without a job because I knew the struggle of getting a media degree after my bachelor's degree. So I actually worked at a phone store for a little bit. I was there for like 3 months because I didn't want to be without money. I applied to many jobs and I said to myself, things are going to work out because I actually, did an internship. I did an internship for 7 months. I was a video editor at a casting agency. I was working administrative. I was even helping with like production, and I was even working with a casting director at the time. So you see, all of these things just show how passionate I am about media. And the fact that I'm still here, learning and doing YouTube, just I feel like reflects that about me. But then after 2015, like again, I couldn't find a job, so I became a substitute teacher. And I found out about this job because of one of my cousins who actually was a substitute teacher before me. I was really grateful that kind of like jumped into my arms. I've been a substitute teacher for the past 5 years. So I was 25 when I graduated with my master's, and 6 years later, I'm, still subbing. And the reason for that is, I explained it in other videos, was because I have a flexible enough schedule to do YouTube, which is my dream career or my dream job. I would love to just create more content here and inspire you guys, to live a limitless life. So I feel like I've talked the longest. I mean, if you made it to 10 minutes of the video, thank you for continuing to watch. But yeah, this is a hard video for me to even make. But again, I felt like it was necessary to like open up to you guys more, especially now that I'm almost at 300 subscribers. To me, that's crazy. I would have never, thought that this would come as far as it did. And I know that it's not a lot, but I, again, am very grateful. Thank you for, again, joining me on this journey of self-discovery. I feel like a lot of us are kind of like awakening, and we are all going through the experience of discovering like really who we are. I do work. Right now we are on summer vacation, so I'm not working currently, but I'm still working on my YouTube channel, and I'm actually learning how to use different programs. Like during the pandemic, I learned how to use Photoshop, because it was something I was taught in my master's program and undergrad program, but I just needed like a refresh course. I just bought the Adobe Suite so I can learn After Effects, just so I can make myself a little bit more marketable. And a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, why didn't you do that like 5 years ago? Well, the thing is, to be a substitute teacher in New York City, I had to take like various exams for me to actually keep my job, which if any of you are interested, I'll put the link up here. Imagine graduating at with your master's in 2015 and then having to go to a whole new like field, and then studying new tests for a field you have no clue on. And it was a lot of self-study. Those tests were like not easy to do. I had to take maybe 3 months to really study, and then when I felt prepared and ready, I would book my test and carry on from there. And graciously enough, the hard work paid off, because I am now done with the test that I needed to do so I can keep my job as a substitute teacher. It's crazy, but that is the requirement for New York City. So yeah, it hasn't been like smooth sailing for me. Like I said, probably in my past life I was like a rebellious student, and in this life I just came to like be more like grounded. Probably explains all the Capricorn in my birth chart. But I'm an Aquarius, but I have a lot of like planets within Capricorn, and I meet a lot of Capricorn people, and I think I know why now. The universe is trying to get me to be a little bit more grounded, yet still, discover like who I am. So yeah, I had to do like all those tests, and then I had to pay for all those tests. So my parents, they were understanding, and they were like, okay, well, we know you want to do this, but also, I had to work because I have to buy all my own things. I don't want to rely on my family like that. And also I have student debt that is like $53K in debt. So that's another reason why I've been here this whole time. Everybody's got to do whatever is, best for them. And I know that some of you might be like, that's shameful, you should leave. And trust me, you are not the only one who thinks so. Like, I have been torn by my emotions in so many ways, because respectfully, I have seen my friends like move on from their parents' houses, and to me it's like, I wish I could, but I wasn't lucky with the job, and I had too much loan on me to be like, well, I buy an apartment and stuff. So, and plus I had to pay for my test to become, to keep my job that I currently have. I want to say things are in a better situation now. Like, thankfully I have been more smart with my money. I've been learning more about that. I want to say this year my boyfriend and I have really like, we're working together more on ourselves than I feel like we've ever done in any other year. And I think the pandemic just kind of like grounded us and said, here, be disciplined now. Not that I was never disciplined again, because I was an overachiever at school, like, and then when I couldn't find a job, that kind of like just depression just kind of hit me, and like I questioned like whether I was good enough, whether I did enough while I was in college. I interned for some pretty cool places like MTV. I was an intern at the Wendy Williams show. I did a casting agency internship, which was about 7 months. I could have stayed longer, but my student debt was calling, and I had to find something that, paid me. And my internship, unfortunately, did not have the budget to pay me. So it's been a ride. It's been financial struggle. It's been hard. Maybe the past 3 years, things have been a little bit more smoother. I've been more diligent about paying my student debt off, which is why it's at $53K now. It was higher before. And again, my parents, I know I'm 31, but my parents were understanding that I had to take tests again, pay for tests, pay the debt, and yeah. And my parents are those people that they see that if I love what I'm doing and I'm doing it, like working towards a goal and, putting myself out there, which I clearly have been for the past couple of years, they are okay with it. But I obviously don't want to be okay with this, because like, again, I said I was torn between my emotions, because I'm an Aquarius. Yes, I will throw some astrology in here. I'm an Aquarius, and Aquarius is used to being very independent, and I feel like a part of me feels so ripped out because I don't want to rely on my parents. I mean, not that they have a problem with me. You know, I'm pretty independent at home. I feel like within the past couple of years, I have grown up at home. I have become more of a neat freak. I help my parents, you know, when I can, when I'm not working, you know, like doing some chores around the house. You know, I take the initiative to understand that my parents are getting older, so I help around. If they need errands, if they need me to pick up something, like I'll do it. Like that's not a problem for me. So, and again, I do work. I make my own income. But yeah, this is my room. This room has been my stage, like I said, for the past maybe 5 years, because when I did YouTube, I really started to take it seriously when I was maybe 28 years old, 27. I really started to push. I didn't know how to speak in front of a camera. I was so awkward. I feel like I'm always still awkward on camera, no matter what. But I feel like with time improves things. Like I said, I've grown up here. I've noticed more. I took more awareness onto my parents and what they do. So if I can make their lives a little easier while I'm at home, that's what I will do. But also still, like, you know, pushing myself to make videos and make content. It's not easy because honestly, without my boyfriend's help, I would have been a one-woman show. And for those of you that are curious, my boyfriend is actually a computer science major. He's actually, you know, working on his own thing right now, and he sees me working on my thing, and you know, if we come together, then it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, just I wanted to be like more open here with you guys. This is not easy for me to post this online. I know I will get judgment. But just know that I really do not plan on this being forever. You know, again, every year is a year for you to experience and for you to improve on yourself. Every day you have to be better than you were yesterday. And of course, there are hard times. You know, I come home sometimes, I cry and I get depressed and I'm like, oh my God, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I have no idea. You know, I'm not, you know, the growth isn't as fast, but then I have to remember that it's not about the growth, it's about the process, and everything here is supposed to be teaching me a lesson. Probably the longest video, so if you made it this far, thank you. So I feel like definitely in these past years I have changed, I have evolved. I have not been the same person since I was 25 or even 22 years old when I graduated. I have grown, and I feel like every day a part of me gets a little bit stronger, even with my struggle. Like, you know, like a phoenix that rises from the ashes and, you know, tells herself she can. And I've also been more in tune with the power of surrendering. Like, I, you know, will upload, but I also know when I will take breaks because of my job. Sometimes my job requires a lot of energy. You know, I work with kids, so, you know, I'm not afraid to, you know, after uploading 100 and something videos, I think I can safely say I can take a break. I hope my audience, or I hope my llamas, will click on some other videos that I've made in the past that are okay. I feel like my videos have steadily gotten better over time, you know, but I hope something there helps you. It's hard, but I wanted to do it because, not to be brave, but to kind of just be more open and to express my feelings on this. Again, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, but I had to do what was necessary financially to, you know, pay my debt and save enough to actually move. And it might happen before this year. You guys will probably see a video called I'm moving or something like that, maybe. The relationship between me and my parents is fine. They know that, you know, I drive for myself, I, you know, pay my bills for myself, so they don't really have an issue. I don't bother anybody for money, you know. And I help around the house, and I stay very, very independent, very alone sometimes. You know, my boyfriend, he visits on weekends, but that's because he's working and I'm also working, so that's normal. Our relationship has been like this for the past 10 years, and I honestly don't have a problem with it because I never ever want a person that is in a relationship with me to feel stuck. I hate that, As an Aquarius, I don't see freedom in that, or how is that joyful for you? Like, no. But I do believe in continuously working on yourself, improving yourself. And I have my Venus in Capricorn, so that's probably why. I guess something else I should mention is, you know, we're a family of 4. My brother is also here, but my brother's 21 and he is actually on his own path. And I'm proud of him for how much he has grown as well. He's actually leaving to Kentucky tomorrow for his army training. He's studying to be an engineer. Yes, he picked a more practical career than I did. We, like a normal family, we have our ups and downs, but I think overall we're a very tranquil family. I want to follow my heart. I'm not sure if that's selfish. A lot of you might have your own opinions about that, but I do believe that with hard work and persistence and determination, a little magic can happen. I don't really know what else to add to the video. So yeah, that is my situation right now. And it has been so for the past couple of years. But again, I want to stress that everybody has a different situation. Everybody has a different path that they are working towards. And I think that if you keep working on yourself and you have some goals set in place, whether they happen quickly or they don't happen, but as long as you keep in mind that they will happen, then it should be okay. And I know nothing about the situation is okay. So just know that that is my torn emotion right there. I hope this video helped you guys in some form if you are in a situation that is similar. I was reading a lot of articles before I made this video on anybody who had a similar situation on Google or whatever it is. Just know that things will get better. You know, things took a while for me to get better. Nothing is, if anything, after graduation, life has taught me that it's not all straight and, you know, whatnot, that the road we were supposed to follow. If anything, I've had lots of curves in that road and directions, redirections. And I'm honestly happy that I chose what I love to do and not choose what the rest of society thinks I should be doing. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and again, I'm trying to get out. And not because my parents are pushing me out, but because I want to and it's time. And hopefully, again, before the end of this year, you guys will see me somewhere different. And also, I feel like a part of me has outgrown my stage. Like, I've made this room match my vibes. It took a while. I think I rearranged my room like 3 times. My room was actually coral pink, and then I decided to finally just make it white because I wanted some space to make it things airy, breathable. And after watching Marie Kondo and decluttering and learning all about that, yeah, I just been more like trying to be more zen and bring more peaceful vibes to my life. I feel like that's where I'm at this point. So definitely lots of changes in me, and I hope that life will redirect me somewhere new. All right, llamas, I hope I didn't bore you with this tall tale of why I still live with my family. If anything, I hope you found this helpful in some way. I just wanted to be more open. I wanted to share my experiences with you. I will see you all in my next video. My next video should be more creative. And if you have time, please subscribe to this channel. This is my dream. I want to continue to create meaningful content. Only if you want to, though. Subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, llamas.